Miss Haley, have you ever heard the old saying that if you give a man a fish, he eats for a day?
But if you teach a man to fish, he eats for a lifetime? Well, we'd like you to eat for a lifetime.
We believe your demand for cash is short-sighted.
Is that so?
Please look at it from our point of view. If we give you the money you ask for, there's no reason to believe that you won't ask for more after it's spent.
That's too much of a risk for us to take.
You'd rather risk going to jail?
Of course not. We don't want you to go to jail either, which is where extortionists regularly end up. On the other hand...
If we give you 2% of the privately held stock in Heritage Village, eventually you will earn much more than you've asked for.
But any negative publicity regarding the housing development would reduce the value of the stock.
And therefore, you will be as eager to protect your investment as we are to protect ours. And that would make us feel ever so much more secure than simply handing over cash.
Does the proposal interest you?
I warned you, it smelled.
As long as it works, who cares about the smell?
Now, Sanchez says you keep on doing whatever exercises you've been doing, whatever the doctor tells you to, but don't expect any improvement for a few weeks. Sorry it took so long to bring it. It was ready a few days ago, but Mr. Sloan had me working late Thursday and Friday cleaning up his workshop, which he does once a year, and then I had to work in the cafe.
Thursday night was the night that reporter died.
I heard he'd been drinking.
You said you worked late Thursday.
After midnight with Mike Sloan looking over my shoulder every minute of the time. When it comes to his workshop, nothing will do. Everything has to be perfect. And he's got to be right there to see that it is. I don't know, it always seems like I give out before he does. I don't know where that man gets his energy from.
I'd have picked it up myself, but I thank you for bringing it over.
You, let me know how it's coming out, you hear?
I'll do that, and thank you. If Abe was with Mr. Sloan till past midnight on
Mr. Sloan
Thursday,
couldn't have murdered Nadolski.
Well, you seem disappointed.
He's been up to something illegal, or he never would have threatened me. Whatever it is, odds are, he'll get away with it. People like that always get away with murder.
Figuratively speaking, you mean?
What are you doing here so early? That's fine.
The land under Heritage Village has been sold at least 3 times in the space of 12 months.
And?
And the Sloans bought and sold it every single time, as far as I can tell. County records were a dead end. They only record the sale.
But if their names are on record, why would...
They weren't. The buyers and sellers were corporations. 2 headquartered in Connecticut, 1 in Pennsylvania, which is why I needed your contact, who was very helpful because the only shareholders of these corporations are Michael and Ruth Sloan. Michael and Ruth Sloan. Ruth and Michael Sloan. There's only one corporation I don't have the owners of, but the odds are it's
Michael and Ruth Sloan, who kept buying the land from themselves again and again.
Each time at a higher price.
To inflate the value of the property.
Raise the price of the homes, and still get around the 10% profit ceiling imposed by the National Housing Agency on homes sold to veterans.
You think Nadolski figured this out?
Oh, he might have. He put the fear of God into the Sloans at the press conference when he asked, why are these homes so expensive?
Good job, Linda. Great job. I'd suggest another celebration, but...
First things first.
Spoken like a true reporter.
Only one more signature.
My wrist is about to fall off.
Sir, ma'am,
We're busy at the moment, Sam.
there's a phone call I think you'll want to take.
When we're finished, Sam.
He says it's very important and he's under a deadline.
Who is he?
And what deadline is he talking about?
Phil Havel, a newspaper editor, wants to ask you about some corporations headquartered in Connecticut and Pennsylvania.
We'll take it. Excuse us for a moment, Miss Haley.
The allegation is that you have artificially inflated the price of homes at Heritage Village by purchasing the undeveloped land from yourselves by using out-of-state corporations. Do you have any comment on this allegation?
Yes, we do. We are shocked by such an allegation.
And we are completely innocent of any wrongdoing, Mr. Havel. But if you'll provide our accountants with whatever information you have...
We will personally look into the matter.
And have a more complete response for your paper.
After we have had time to analyze the record.
How long will this be?
As soon as is humanly possible.
Thank you, sir. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
I thought Mike Sloan was coming down. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. and Mrs. Sloan have asked me to read a prepared statement for members of the press.
Why did you open a corporation in Connecticut?
It has recently come to our attention that there may be irregularities.
Maybe.
Irregularities in the formula used for pricing some of the homes in Heritage Village. I want to assure you, any irregularities are the result of unintentional accounting errors.
I'm
already taken steps to ensure that any breach of legal or fiscal propriety is dealt with appropriately.
Who put the pitch on you, Uncle Sam?
These new homes are the finest available in northeastern Ohio.
Just an hour before
We regret to say that our investigation of accounting records has brought to light another potentially more serious problem. We have learned that the man serving as business representative for several of the construction trade locals, whose hard-working members have built these fine homes by the sweat of their brow, that man is a known communist.
Communist? Who is it?
We do not yet know to what extent this card-carrying subversive has been engaged in illegal financial manipulation intended to undermine the completion of Heritage Village. But Sloan Industries hereby categorically refuses to have any further dealings with Mr. Al Khan or any other member of the Communist Party. And we refuse to do business with any contractor or subcontractor who employs
Next on the Homefront.
My superiors in Washington wanted me to contact you and tell you how impressed we are with the way you're standing up to the left-wing element in your union.
Never heard Al mention the word communism.
Never even said the word? Are you aware that your best friend was the first person that Al Kahn recruited when he came to River Run? You don't believe in the communist threat, Mrs. Davis?
How do you know my name? Mr. Khan was very critical of my employer.
Was Mr. Kahn also critical of our government?
Oh, yes.
There's money to burn. You don't believe it, what with high taxes and all? Well, just watch their smoke. All that fine folding money is being assembled in bales of 500 bills. Well, look and weep. They handle it just like so much cordwood. Now it's on the last mile to the fiery furnace. Millions of dollars of it. What a place for money to wind up, in a furnace. But they say the life of a $1 bill is only a year or two, then it's taken out of circulation. But even when they're tattered, they look nice, don't you think? But the government says it's got to be. If you can't bear it, don't look.